Hey guys, we have an exciting video today. First of all, September is now in the books. It's behind us. So we're going to go through my portfolio for the month of September. I'm going to show you the dividends, the purchases, sales, the performance of the funds, but also I've started selling a big name in my portfolio. You know I don't sell often. So you're going to want to stick around and hear why I've begun to sell this particular name. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stay tuned. Hey guys, it's great to be back with you again. I'm excited about the video today. I'm looking forward to sharing with you everything that we did in September, plus talk about the why around why I'm selling out one of the positions in my portfolio. You know, transparency is pretty important to me on this channel. I want to share with you both the good and the bad, as well as the ugly, I guess. And just to point out, there's a lot of YouTubers who will actually sell a subscription to get this level of detail. That's not what we're doing here. What we do here is we share with you all the details. And the purpose of that is I want to inspire you to be the best investor that you can be. And by sharing what I do, it gives you either one of two responses. One is that you like what I do and you want to begin to implement the processes that I have. The second one is you look at what I do and you look at the results and you go, hey, that's not what I want to do. I want to do something different. But either way, it's beneficial to you, and I'm really happy to have you here along with me on this journey, because this journey is just what it is. It is my investing journey. I'm sharing it with you. I'm just trying to be as open and transparent as possible. And you all know I'm not a financial advisor, so this is really just for entertainment purposes. So I'm glad to have you here today. The first task is to look at the portfolio. The second task is to talk about why I'm selling one of my positions. So with that, let's get started. Okay, you'll notice that for the week ending September the 30th, we were down in the market value by $30,000, 3.7% compared to the market at the S&P 500 at 2.9%. We did get dividends in this week of about $682, and I did also enter into some options transactions. You'll see that in some of the details, but I got, $62.62 this week. That's not too shabby. Now, if you've listened to a lot of the videos that I do, you'll know that I have three accounts. One is a dividend income account. It's really more focused around retirement age folks who are like me, going to be living off their dividends. There's a dividend growth portfolio that's focused on folks who are really trying to build a solid portfolio of individual stocks. And then there's a dividend snowball portfolio that's really focused around newer investors. It's a way to get diversification while still learning about stocks. So I'm really excited about the dividend snowball account. You'll notice that we got $13.50 in dividends in the week ending September 30th. So that is really cool. I'm really pumped about that. But one thing I'll point out is that the dividend income, the dividend growth, and the dividend snowball were all down pretty consistently. So the market in general seems to have come down this past week. Now, on a year-to-date basis, you'll see that we've had $21,000 worth of dividends this year, with $513 in options. We've lost about $123,000 worth of market value, which is about a 14.9% overall drop. You'll notice that there's really not a lot of difference between the accounts, so it's pretty much across the board. And that compares to the S&P 500, which was 25.2% down for the year to date. So we're outperforming the S&P 500, but still down on the year. Now, in these cells here, I've added back in the dividends to get a total return. So this market change here is just the market value of the stocks that I hold. Adding back in the dividends offsets some of that gain to tell you what my total return is, which is down about 12% year to date. Now, I thought it'd be interesting to flip into Seeking Alpha. I have my portfolios in here, And you'll notice that I've got a view set up here that shows you the value of the stock in the portfolio, what the current price is, what my cost is, how many shares I own, then a 5-day, 1 month, and a year-to-date performance. Now, these three columns, this 5-day, 1 month, year-to-date performance, are performance of the stock only. It is not based on the shares that I have and when I bought those shares. This is the actual price of the stock during that period of time. I've also got in here the forward yield, and then I've added in here what the total percent change is for my portfolio. So, for example, Apple is down for the last 5 days by 8%. It's down in the month by 13, and it's down year to date by 22. In my portfolio, it is down 10.8%. So based on when I purchased these shares, it's giving me a 10.8% reduction in my portfolio. Hopefully that makes sense, because this is the dividend growth portfolio. What I'd like to do here is share with you where the biggest declines were over the past week. So I'm going to sort this at 5-day. You'll see that Atmos Energy Corporation is down 8.7%. It's actually been a great performer for me this year. You'll notice that I am up in this position by 13%. So I'm not overly concerned with this company. You know, Apple is also down 8%. Best Buy is down almost 8%. Lockheed Martin is down 6%. Stanley Black & Decker is down 4.8%. General Dynamics is down 4.4%. Whirlpool's down 4.25%. Texas Instruments is down 4.25%. And so you get the point, right? There's a lot of stocks, good quality stocks, that are down in this market. I thought maybe I would also go to the income portfolio, let you see that. You'll notice that Philip Morris is down 9.5%. Pinnacle West is down 9.5%. Franklin Resources is down 8%. All of this is in 1 week. So, you know, the stocks that I have in my portfolio took a bit of a hit this past week. And we, as you saw in the previous chart, we underperformed the market. We were down 3.7% versus the S&P 500 is down 2.9%. And I know one thing you guys have all been waiting for is the dividend snowball account. Here it is. The stocks have gone down except for Starbucks. Starbucks is up in the last 5 days by 0.1%. In the last month, it's up 1.02%. However, because I am dollar cost averaging into these positions, I am actually up on Starbucks by 2%. It is the only position in the snowball portfolio that is positive. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the dividends we got in the month of September. This is a dividend growth account. Now, I'm not going to read through each of these. We get a lot of dividends in the month. So I'm going to show this on the screen. You're certainly welcome to take a look at it. And, you know, because I got dividends from, let's say, Pepsi and T. Rowe Price and EOG Resources. But I'm not going to go through each one. I want to show you this screen and then the next screen, which are the rest of the dividends in the dividend growth account. You'll see that we got some pretty big dividends from Whirlpool and Cummins. But in total, for the month, we've got $3,069.21 in dividends. That is kind of cool. Moving on then to the income account, you'll see there's not quite as many in here in the month of September. But in total, we got $1,938.90. So you can take a look at which companies paid dividends in the income account in the month of September. In the snowball account, this is kind of cool. We got now a total of $14.30. And why is that cool? That's cool because in the month of September, we got $14.30. I put in $2,500 to start this account, and I basically put in $50 per week after that. And to get $14.30, think of $14.30 in addition to my $50. So I got $64.30 to actually invest in the month of September. So that's kind of cool, and that's why this is called the snowball account. One additional chart I'll show you, and this is really what it's all about when you're talking about dividend investing. You're talking about the dividends that we get every month. And so we're looking for those dividends to increase. Sometimes they increase because the companies actually increase the dividend. Sometimes they increase because we are putting new money in and buying new shares. But either way, you want this chart to be going up and to the right, which is what this is. Obviously, each month is going to be different because there are stocks that pay in certain months of the quarter. I only have one stock that pays on a monthly basis, and that's Main Street Financial Corporation. So you'll see here, if we start in the third month of the quarter, which we'll start with December of 21, you'll see it's just a little over $3,000. Then we flip forward to the third month of the first quarter, which is March of 2022, and we're just under 4,000 here. Then we jump to the third month of the next quarter, which is June of 2022, and we're a little bit well above $4,000 in that particular month. And now in September of 22, which is the third month of this quarter, we are over $5,000 in dividends. So our dividends are doing exactly what we want them to do. They are growing each quarter, and you can see that same relationship in each of these other months. If you look at the second month in the quarter, which is November, compare that to February, you can see that it's gone up. And if you compare it to May, it's gone up from there. August, it's gone up from there. So that's what you want to see, is these particular months going higher and higher. So I'm very pleased with how the dividends are performing in the account. Just to round everything out, I want to show you some of the transactions that I did. I'm not going to go through all of these, but they are here for you to look at. These are all the buys and sells. You can see these two highlighted transactions. They were still processing at the time I cut this from the web, but you can see that I had some expired options for Chevron and for IBM. That was the $62.62 that we saw earlier. You can see that I bought them here for $25.31 and $37.31. So you add both of those together, that's the $62.62. I still have an open option for Pinnacle West. It is at $66.63. So that'll close in the October 21st timeframe if I don't buy it back before then. So speaking of options, one of the things that I am looking to do over the next few weeks is to start a portfolio that is only focused on options. It may actually hold shares from time to time, but it would be due to options transactions. Now I'm going to get some counsel and advice from my good buddy Mr. Income in the Discord. So if you're interested in seeing a portfolio like that and me updating that portfolio in addition to the 3 portfolios that we have here, leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you on that. I know some people are into options and some are not into options. So just let me know if options are something that you would be interested in moving forward in this portfolio. Now on to the dividend growth account, and this is where we're going to start the conversation about me selling out of Best Buy. So you know that I don't sell my shares very often. I have a written document that lays out for me when I will buy shares and when I will sell shares. And one of those items is when there's something that changes in the company or that changes in my investing thesis. So let me give you a bit of a story. I bought a new laptop back in, I don't know, February or March timeframe. That new laptop has begun to have one of its fan motors be really noisy. And I'm going to put a little clip in here that shows the noisiness of this fan. Hopefully you can hear this. It is very irritating. And so I took it back. I bought the PC or the laptop from Best Buy. I took it to Best Buy and I said, hey, I've got this noisy fan motor. I bought the Total Tech thing. So from my perspective, Total Tech was a way to have this stickiness of customers. And so from a strategic standpoint, they were going to be able to hold customers using this relationship that's built between Total Tech and Best Buy customers. So I took it to Total Tech and I handed them my laptop and I said, I've got a noisy fan motor. Their response was, we're going to have to send it out and it's going to be gone for 2 or 3 weeks. And my response was, 2 or 3 weeks? How am I going to live without a laptop for 2 or 3 weeks? That's a long time. and they had no other options for me. There was nothing else that they could do. So what did I choose to do? I chose to keep my laptop, and I'm going to take it locally to a computer guy who's going to put a new fan motor in there for me. He may have it 2 or 3 days, not 2 or 3 weeks. So as I began to think about that transaction, I thought, you know what? That Total Tech experience didn't keep me with Best Buy. As a matter of fact, it actually caused me to be a little bit disappointed in Best Buy, which then caused me to rethink my whole thesis around Best Buy. So I've begun to unload some Best Buy shares. I'm going to do it in measured increments. It's as important to understand why I'm not selling Best Buy as it is to understand why I am selling Best Buy. I'm not selling Best Buy because it's a bear market. I'm not selling Best Buy because the price is down. I'm not selling Best Buy because I'm afraid of the market. I'm selling Best Buy because I no longer believe in their thesis 100%. So if you don't mind, give me some feedback on Best Buy in the notes below. And one thing I can't stress enough is that you have a written plan around your investment strategy. So I have a document that lays out for me what my accounts are going to be, what they are going to be focused on, what the criteria are that I use to buy stocks, and what the criteria I use to sell stocks. So I can use that as a foundation for my investing activities. It actually gives me a lot of comfort around what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So if you don't have a written investment strategy, I highly encourage you to do that. I may even be open to sharing mine, or at least having some template for you. And again, if you're interested in that, leave me a comment below. So there's about 3 things I've mentioned to leave me a comment below on. So that pretty much wraps up the September update. With that, I'm going to get out of your hair, and I will see you on the next video.